Medical science has done a great job of keeping people alive for longer. We have an ageing population. Unfortunately, we've all got to die of something at some point. And what we're going to see in the coming years is the number of deaths each year rising, potentially up to an extra 100,000 people dying each year in the UK by 2040. So it's important that we do the right research now in order to be able to look after those people in the future.
We started this project with the Academy 18 months ago, looking at the topic of death and dying and how we could encourage people to have more conversations about it. We took inspiration from the theme of travel because death is the destination for all of us, and the journey can be different depending on how prepared or not we are, just as with travel and holidays that we all experience.
And what we hope is people will come into the space and they'll give us their views on what a good death means to them, and we'll take those views and feed them into some policy work that the Academy's doing in order to change how we fund and how we govern end-of-life care research. We want to speak to as diverse a range of people as possible, and that's why we chose Lewisham Shopping Centre. We want to get people who might not normally come into a science museum or go along to a science event. And we're really hoping that we'll catch people who are going about their day-to-day activities. So while they're doing their shopping, to get them to come into our space and hear from them what a good death might mean to them.
I think that choosing to do this in Lewisham was a stroke of genius because we are getting such a diverse group of people. We're getting people from all walks of life, all races. There are people from everywhere in Lewisham and they're all coming in to talk to us, so that's wonderful.
We've worked with a team of researchers and healthcare professionals who work in hospitals and in research institutions to come into the space and to have conversations with members of the public, to answer questions they might have about death and dying, but also to hear from them what they've got to say.
A lot of people are telling us about what their experiences and what they want because they've either seen a family member go through something that they really don't want to do, or it's just made them think, okay, yeah, no, I understand now that I have a lot of options. The under 30s are the ones talking the most as well. Like they're really interested in the conversation, they're really interested in talking to the guide, talking to the host, having a look at the space, bringing their friends back. We had a few school kids come back like 3 days in a row. Like, I'm honestly surprised. I'm quite proud of the younger generation in Lewisham and how much they're really enjoying this space.
We all reassure them that this is okay to talk about, it's safe, just like if you talk about sex, you're not going to get pregnant, and if you talk about death, you're not going to die. But being curious, and it's like throwing a pebble into a pond. We'll never know where those ripples go. Even if they just talk to one family member, it's going to make a difference.
There are people who come in thinking we sell luggage, and by the end of the conversation they say, actually, I don't know how to get a will, how do I do that? How much time people spend here can be anything from a few seconds when they find out what it is and say, huh, not for me, and leave, up to people who spend hours here and taking it all in and then talking to us and having giant conversations with us, which is amazing.
I think what's really intriguing is it's really refreshing to be able to have permission to talk about something that we don't normally talk about. I've learned quite a lot today. My mind's buzzing, you know what I mean? It's like, whoa, this is not what I expected. I'm really pleased that I came.
It's been fascinating how much the mainstream media have picked up on the Departure Lounge. I think it really speaks to the fact that people are looking for this conversation to happen. It's spreading the word and it's showing that people are really interested in helping this conversation spread. And hopefully that will help people learn what is needed in terms of medical research and support.